We're in the middle of an AI content boom. Everywhere I look, AI content is at the top of everyone's minds. Entrepreneurs and creators are growing by thousands of followers using it, while 2xing and even 10xing their income. And so today, I'm going to show you exactly how I use AI to write 30 days of viral posts in less than 30 minutes. And I know this works because I've done the exact same thing. Created over 500 viral posts on LinkedIn, grew to nearly 300,000 followers on there, just got my first million views on YouTube, and now I'm repeating the exact same blueprint on Instagram. This is the new way of playing the content game. Look, I've been at the cutting edge of the AI content wave since it began. So in this video, I'm revealing the exact system we've been using to blow our clients up from 0 to tens of thousands of followers and thousands of likes. For example, this is one of my clients. They had a dormant LinkedIn account for months, but as soon as we implemented those systems into her strategy, she started gaining rapid momentum in just a few weeks. Didn't even have to spend hours creating content and didn't even need to pay for ads or distribution. All we needed was her ideas and the rest was taken care of with AI and some editing from my end. Now, most people today are too quick to dismiss AI content as we've seen how noisy the market has become. Fluffy and emoji-filled posts that you can spot from a mile away, terribly written, article-like content that is filled with jargon, but what most people don't spot, the 1% of entrepreneurs using it the right way. Because there's a hidden prompting technique that most of the market has ignored. But today, I'm going to be giving it away for free. Let me break it down for you. Step number 1 is the ideation phase. This is what's going to make the biggest difference between generic content that you see everyone complaining about and content that actually builds your personal brand, makes you money, and in many occasions can bring you virality and inbound leads. To do that, we need to give ChatGPT or Claude or whatever AI content tool you prefer using some context so it can be specific and personal. To start, you need to come up with topics you either have a passion in or knowledge on. This is crucial. You need to become useful and valuable to the market. Useful by providing knowledge and valuable by providing a passion and talent. Either work, but both are better. For example, my multiple interests are online business, storytelling, mindset, productivity, and of course, writing and psychology. There are also my personal stories I can use to relate back to all of these, but I'll touch on why this matters in a second. Now, if you already know what you're going to be talking about, then skip to this timestamp where I go into how to generate content for each. But if you don't know what to talk about, here's exactly what to do. I noticed that this step is the biggest problem entrepreneurs and creators have when they have to create content. It's not that you don't know what to write about, it's more so that you don't know where to start. I've solved this problem for clients in nearly every single niche and even for those who don't even seem to have a niche. Here's how. We're going to be basing your content in 3 main ideas: what you can educate someone on, what you can monetize quickly, and what stories can you use to push these 2 things forward. So let's say you're currently someone like Landon here, current in corporate, building a fitness coaching business, and great background stories as far as I can tell. But he's yet to define what his current content strategy looks like in order to pivot successfully. Now, the question is, what does he talk about? First, we're going to go into ChatGPT and give it as much context as we possibly can in 3 minutes. So I've gone into Landon's LinkedIn, copied and pasted his current job description, headline, and then I'm scrolling through his content to see if there are any other pieces of relevant information that we can use to build his strategy. The reason I'm doing this instead of, let's say, making you write a long list of information about you, it's because 1, I'm lazy and I don't want to talk about myself or someone else right now to make this example, and 2, I know you probably don't have the time to do that either. So instead, we're going to use the information we already have to our advantage. I've also gone to his Instagram and all the socials to pull out as much content as possible. Now our timer is up, we're going to insert this prompt underneath it. So I've said, I'm currently a forum sector analyst at Third Bridge Group, building my fitness business. Here's my Instagram bio for some context, and I copy pasted everything we found. I also added some of his recent posts, and then I added this prompt underneath it. Based on this, please give me 3 to 5 specific content pillar themes that will help me become an authority in my niche while still being professional given my background and current audience. For example, Lara Acosta has 5 pillars: storytelling, educating on writing, educating on business, educating and inspiring with content about mindset, and inspiring through sharing vulnerable moments in her life but linking it back to today. She also focuses on broad, narrow, and niche content. Broad taps into universal desires, narrow creates relatability and relevance, and then niche signals expertise and competence, attracting high intent or advanced audiences looking for tactical insights. What would these be for me? This is important. Now, as you can see from the prompt here, there is a big emphasis on detailed education, storytelling, and inspiration. This is crucial as I've spent the last 3 years analyzing content on LinkedIn, and those three things are what build a magnetic personal brand. Education, storytelling, and inspiring content are the three key elements that create the best content online. I've seen this time and time again. It never fails. But there needs to be emphasis on what type of audience you are targeting in each post you want to create. You have broad content which appeals to a mass audience. This gets you followers. You have narrow content which appeals to a specific audience that builds trust. And then you have niche content honing in your niche expertise, and this brings you hot leads. Now we're gonna press enter and you'll have a full content strategy made for you based on exactly what you do, what you want to do, and who you are. Now we've got the full content strategy, removed writer's block, and got all the content ideas ready, which brings us to stage number 2, how to use AI to create 30 days of viral posts. And the secret is winning hooks. This is what turns your idea into content people want to read. And instead of giving you a lecture on undercover psychology behind what makes this work, I'll just show you how to generate it. But if you're actually curious on how all of this works, I have about 5 modules inside of Literally Academy where I go into excruciating detail on all the hidden biases top writers like myself and others use to grab and retain attention, and also monetize it. You can check all of that out in the link in the description below, but for now, here's a prompt that you can use to generate hooks instantly. The prompt is, now based on all 6 of these, I want you to create me 5 viral LinkedIn post hook ideas for each based on these hooks I've seen perform well on social. And then I divided it into educational, then inserted hooks from viral educational posts that I've liked, and inspirational. I've also inserted viral hooks from inspirational posts that I also liked. I'm going to be dropping all of these swipe files in the description so you can have them alongside the prompts I used in this video so you can copy and paste them instantly after you finish watching this video. They will all be linked down below. Now, at the end of the examples we've provided, we're going to give it specific guidance so the content is optimized before we can even see it. So the final prompt we're going to be using before we press enter is, make sure the hook follows the following format: a bold statement that is no more than 8 words in sentence 1, and a second line that acts as a re-hook, challenge that hook, and share a surprising opinion. This prompt will make your content 100 times better than any generic AI prompt, and it will help you in terms of engagement and positioning. Now, as you can see, it's generated a goldmine of optimized and pre-validated ideas. Mwah, I love it. It's fabulous. So now we've got clarity on the content. We're going to ask it to write some posts for us to then make sure it's writing the way you'd like it to sound and has the right context and examples. You're going to insert this next prompt. Now for one of each category, write me a full post. I want you to write me a viral LinkedIn post that is 800 characters long. Make the sentences short and concise and no longer than 8 words per sentence, but also switch up the formatting so it's easy to read. Please no hashtags and make sure the post follows this format. And then I gave it examples so you can also copy paste this. So I've gone ahead and copied some of my favorite posts from myself, other great creators such as Justin Welsh, Jake Wood, etc. And I plugged them all in there because I like their content. It made me stop before and I've learned something as well. Now, the best way to use this for you is for you to use these exact same ones, but also I encourage you to add 1 or 2 that you personally liked, stopped to read, or even saved, as this is a reflection of your personal taste. This will also help us develop your own personal writing style. Now, ChatGPT has now given us 6 posts for us ready to use and edit. Look, the point of a hook is to grab attention as fast as possible, but also to give the reader enough context to know whether it is relevant for them or not. And these prompts are tailored to give you both without you having to assess exactly that. Now, I'm adding a bonus here because I'm a dopamine junkie and need at least a viral post, otherwise I get sad. So let's generate some broad viral posts that can hit over 1,000 likes on LinkedIn. I want you to focus on purely viral content, so please make content like you just did, but emphasizes on certain elements that move the needle. Keywords and elements I see working: transformations, remote work, leadership. Here are 6 ways to do X. Please write new posts based on the content we've created, but now adding these topics. The reason why I'm mentioning these is just via pattern recognition for myself. LinkedIn is extremely professional, but it also loves a good generic story or a leadership strategy, naturally due to the audience it brings. From here, it's taking what it knows from you, or in this case, Landon, and created us some broad content appealing to remote workers, leaders, and so on. Let's take a look at one of them. So we've got number 1, transformation plus identity plus inner work. Hook, personal change, emotional vulnerability. In 2021, I was 60 pounds heavier and medicated for anxiety and ADHD. Today, no meds, no weight issues, no burnout. What changed? I stopped chasing aesthetics. I trained, I ate to regulate my brain, I started treating sleep like a business priority. Fat loss wasn't the point, it was a byproduct. Sustainable change starts inside. Now, to wrap up, insert this prompt to make you the perfect content calendar based on your goal. Once it's generated and you approve it, say yes, and there you have it. 30 days of viral LinkedIn posts ready to go. It has never been simpler to create content. And just a friendly reminder, AI isn't going to kill you if you master it first. So that's it. 30 days of viral LinkedIn content created in under 30 minutes using AI. Now, please remember, these tools are incredibly powerful, but they're only as effective as the strategy behind them, and we just built it. Now, if you want to learn more about how to turn this content into actual paying clients, then watch this video right here, where I show you my proven system to converting LinkedIn followers into revenue without being pushy or salesy. See you there.